Welcome to a brand new podcast, and this is the Oracle 19, and my name is Mr. Grapes. You can shop online to our baby shopping mall, which is evolutionoflondon.com. We have a whole wide range of products, as you know or don't know, is men's, kids, ladies' clothes, house products, cologne and perfume, and much more. Over 10,000 different products. evolutionoflondon.com. Also check us out at evolutionoflondon.org, O-R-G, for custom clothes, accessories, and digital products such as EBooks for business as well as personal use. So that's evolutionoflondon.org, and finally evolutionoflondon.store, S-T-O-R-E, custom sneakers, DVDs, games, and more clothes. evolutionoflondon.store. We have different links to other affiliates. You can support us that way. Linktree.com/Evolution of London. We do have a Patreon channel, which we have videos that's not posted on YouTube, digital artwork and consulting services as well. www.patreon.com/Evolution of London. And if you want to put your business on this platform, we're in 72 countries, and we can expand your business worldwide or local or regional. Email us. We have 2 emails. The Oracle 19 Radio, the Oracle 19 at the Oracle19Radio.com, or just evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. And if you want to make a donation, a free will offering, you can email us via PayPal, evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. Check out the company Royalty 9 International. They make homemade candles, 100% soy wax, 12-ounce jars, from scented to unscented. Now the scented candles is from frankincense, myrrh, jasmine, eucalyptus, rose, just to name a few. So if you want to place an order, email the company at royalty9international@gmail.com. Luxury candles for over 35 plus burning hours. You can find them on Instagram and TikTok, Royalty 9 International. Mr. Will, he's been a fitness consultant for over 15 years. So if you want to book a consultation, you can email him at healthfitnessconsultant@gmail.com. That's healthfitnessconsultant@gmail.com. And you can support his merch, www.wjaaccessories.com, for custom clothes, accessories, and digital products as well. DJ Panthro, he's an international DJ, and if you want to book for him to come to your venue, email djpanthro519@gmail.com. That's DJ Panthro, Panthro, 519@gmail.com. And you can find him on YouTube, DJ Panthro 519, and his link to his website is on his YouTube page. Again, DJ Panthro 519. And he's on Instagram and TikTok, The Real DJ Panthro. Again, that's The Real DJ Panthro on TikTok. Again, DJ Panthro. Music, Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube. You have a whole wide range of different beats. So once you go to his YouTube channel, you will see his other social media sites. And that's Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube. And Continue to Train on YouTube is the Greatness 19 channel. That's our educational channel to open up your third eye. Like, subscribe, and share to the Greatness 19 channel, as well as Mr. Evolution of London. That's our health and wellness channel. Like, subscribe, and share as well to that channel. It's a lot of great items or great information about health and wellness on that channel. Again, that's type in Mr. Evolution of London in parentheses the health and wellness. Kenzo World, Kenzo Topic. It's all about the Kenzo. On YouTube, you have his album Adora and his single Adora and his album Discovery. Pardon me. On all major platforms: YouTube, Amazon Music, Spotify, Apple, just to name a few. So if you want to book for him to come to your venue for your amazing Afro beats, email him at morekenzo@gmail.com. That's more moorkenzo@gmail.com. Now the Oracle 19 is on all major platforms. We're on iHeartRadio, Google, Apple, Spotify for creators, Amazon Music, just to name a few. So any information I haven't mentioned will be in the description box. Just check out the description box for different links for different products too, like moringa pills. And as you know, moringa is very good for the body from head to toe, and we have it in pill form. So click on the link in the description box of the Oracle 19 podcast, the Greatness 19 channel, Mr. Evolution of London. The links is there, all in the description box. Also on rumble.com, just type in the Oracle 19. You'll find the description box as a link to the description box on Moringa Tea, as well as other links to other products. And finally, our internet radio is www.theoracle19radio.com. All right. Well, I think that's have taken care of the business aspect of things. The Blueprint of Life, Part 2. I mentioned in the last show the blueprint of life for pertaining to what men need to do, how to be a better man. And that's the Part 1 version. This is the Part 2 of the Blueprint of Life. And this is the female edition. And again, this is just my perspective of experiences or what I see and what other women have told me, and just put it together in one big pot. The Blueprint of Life, the women's edition. And again, young girls go through the sands of life, equivalent to men, young boys, from zero to, from baby stage to toddler stage, and I'm speaking for the females here. Then you have the preteen years, and then the teen years, upper teens, and then young women, and etc. But the thing about it is, a lot of young girls get caught up, and women in general. And I'm gonna dive right into it. I'm not gonna just start from young teenage years per se, but or young adolescents, because that I included the women in the part one in the young stage. So we get right into a lot of women really make a lot of mistakes in life because if no guidance from the previous generation, and this it really shows, it's all over social media. Now, ladies and even gentlemen that's listening, just walk with me. I feel that a lot of times in life, due to the fact that a lot of ladies don't have a proper upbringing, they swear they do, but they really don't. If you haven't had a good foundation, good mother teaching you correctly how to be a woman, because a lot of ladies, and I talked about this on a lot of different shows in the past, what is a woman, and you have to go back in the scrolls, the old scrolls, and then I get into what is a woman and a lot of other different topics. But part of the blueprint of life, women were being that they didn't really have proper guidance from their mom of how to be a woman, and there was no man in their life, father or grandfather or some type of male figure that of intelligence, strength, and character. A lot of women fall under the wayside, and they have this big perception of what they looking for in a man, and being 6 foot and six pack and six figures. And women focus on the same man they shooting for, which is not too many. And they forget all of those things that they're looking for is physical. 6 foot tall, physical appearance, six pack, stomach looking, in great shape. That's physical. Six figures, money, that's physical. And there's nothing spiritual they looking for. So you really shooting for the wrong man. And you not looking at the spiritual aspects of a man. Let's say you find that man and get that man. He's like he's like an egg with no yolk. The yolk, if you use an analogy of an egg, the yolk is the substance. That's the egg itself. The shell is just the outside, the protection. But that's not the true value of the egg. So in retrospect, when you're finding that man, you're just going with the physical appearance, that's all, not knowing his emotional, psychological, and his genetics. Now, I'm a firm believer of genetics, ladies. You must look for the spiritual side of the man. I know a lot of you women now been conditioned by your previous generation of women and in society in general. That long as he has a boatload of money and he's tall and six pack, that's all you need. Again, that's only physical. So a lot of times you ladies get tripped up. You meeting up these few men that is out here, but they have bad characters. No true leadership skills. But yes, they 6 foot, six pack, and six figures. but they might be bad people for you. And then you have to learn the lessons when you old, and then your body is washed up and your has been. Now you looking back and saying he don't have to be 6 foot tall. He don't have to have 6 packs, and he don't have to have the 6 figures. But then again, you are past your prime. And so many women is past their prime. The blueprint of life has faded away. And you make these mistakes by not, when you are in your prime, in the highlight of your physical appearance, you have so much, you are so, you feel you're on top of the world, full of yourself. That's what I was thinking. You're full of yourself, and you're not trying to hear anybody tell you you should, in your mind, downgrade. But that's not downgrading. That's making the right business decision. And what is the right business decision? He shouldn't have to necessarily be the 6-figure guy, because you have to look at statistics. Most men is not making $100,000 a year. The average is making about 40, 50,000 a year, because this is a tough economy. Now, in your mind, you feel that if he's not making that, you don't want him. But so many years is passing by, and you got to look inside yourself. You've been conditioned to have that thought pattern, and it's really destroying you. And then you have this ideology of I'm good to be alone, and I could be I could do better all by myself. And years just pass by, and you end up having nothing. See, in reality, you got to look at yourself. What was you put on this earth for? Your biological nature tells you was here, you could procreate. You help procreate. So that's part of your duties of life, is to procreate. But if you're not mentally conditioned for that, it's not in your best interest, obviously, to procreate. Let's start from the basics, the blueprint of life, ladies, to make you a better you. Whether you want to accept this or not. You've been conditioned by the elitists in society how, and I'm not going to get into the elitists of society, only a few might know, but many don't. You've been created to be physically attractive, but you're not conditioned to be mentally, spiritually attractive. And that's one of the biggest problems. You are conditioned to be a shell, an eggshell with no yolk. And that is the problem. You conditioned by society, the devils of society, to be physically appealing, to strive to be physically appealing, but not spiritually appealing. That is the major problem of the failures of women. The blueprint of life. And I expand on the men too on the previous show. But if you want to be successful in this life, mind you, here's a cold reality, ladies. There's more of you on this planet Earth than men. See, you ladies don't like to hear reality. You've been conditioned to be in the fantasy world. That's your problem. You're conditioned to live in fantasy, not reality. And due to the fact of lack of men to guide you, you're missing out. You also conditioned to think that you can ride this wave alone. You don't need a man. And so many of you women, you young ladies out here, you end up becoming old ladies. And you really don't want to accept certain realities to be a better you. This is not about bashing and I have hatred for women. I don't have hatred for women. So I'm just giving you a reality of life, blueprint of life to make you a better woman. Many of you is not going to really think about it because you're too far gone. You're going to think that, Mr. Greatness, you just hate women and, you know, your mama's a woman and, you know, you must have been hurt by women and you're going to deflect. That's just because you far gone. You're mentally far gone. You're not thinking about building yourself truly as a woman. You just feel you're a woman and that's it. You could just be a woman, you can procreate, and that's it. You should be just put on a pedestal because you're a woman. No, not everybody in life, and I talk about it with men. Not people, just because you're a woman or a man, that doesn't mean automatically you should be put on a pedestal. It is your character, it's your works, is who you are as a human being, what you bring to the table as a human being. That's what can elevate you to a higher standard. But it's just not because I'm a woman, you know, I can procreate and that's it. A single cell amoeba, an organism, could procreate. I mean, a tiger, a female tiger could procreate. But these organisms and these animals have a duty, have a job. So they are elevated to a higher standard in the animal kingdom or bacteria kingdom because they follow the rules of their animal kingdom or organism. What do I mean? How are you, my question from me to you, how are you building your spiritual self? You probably don't know because you've never been taught. Part of building your spiritual self, ladies, is number one, this is a variety of different things. Your mindset. Having a positive mindset. Now, a lot of you ladies have been scarred, unfortunately. You've been scarred when you was a child, mentally, physically, whatever. Very unfortunate things. So you already have a strike. But it's not over for you. That means you just got to work harder to build your spiritual self. Some of you ladies, a lot of ladies need to meditate. You know, just get in a quiet room and mentally just find the good things about yourself. Enhance on that. Be a better you. You need to read. And I know a lot of the young ladies in this climate don't like to read. Well, if you don't like to read, then watch programs on social media like YouTube or Google, or read on things on Google, but I use YouTube as an example, and elevate your mind, not just on frivolous stuff. It's like eating junk food that gives you no substance. You need to watch programs to elevate your mind. That's what you need to do. Watch programs to elevate your mind. That's for starters. You are lacking that. Because if you don't feed your brain with positive things, things that you can learn, build your mind. You already in the minus in terms of the blueprint of life, learning. If you're going to become young adults, you have to start early. It's like washing your brain. You have to be able to elevate your mind. That's how you will become, one of the ways you will become more attractive to men is elevating your mind. So that's phase one. We all make mistakes. We all go through the sands of life. Excuse me. This is something, ladies, I'm not here to bash you. Really, it's just to help elevate you, whether you want to accept it or not. So, and I'm really sticking to elevating your mind. This is going to put you ahead of most women out here. This is going to put you on top of the food chain of life. This is going to make you more marketable. This is going to help you find a better man in your life by building your mind, so you be able to, and elevating your mind, so when you meet someone, meet a man, you be able to articulate, you be able to build, you be more in demand. And the bottom line, ladies, I'm sure you want to be in demand, whether now or in the future. And if you say you don't need a man, okay, great. But at least you build your mental to be mentally strong, mentally fit, well-rounded. This is step one to the beginning of life, the blueprint of life. But unfortunately, many of you ladies are very stubborn and you don't want to listen. You feel you have a firm grasp of what you need to do, and many of you is going to always fail. But a few that is listening, you start on that. Sip my water here. Excuse me. My throat is getting a little parched. Yeah, I'm going to take some water here. Hold on. Thank you. Yeah, so elevate your mind. And I'm really sticking to this topic because this is what a lot of ladies fumble the ball at, is not elevating their spirituality, not elevating their mental. They just looking at their physical, and you just becoming a regular woman. This is why a lot of guys just like treat you just like a paper towel, and just after they wipe their mouth with a paper towel, they dash it. And that's the analogy when they dealing with you. You might feel you winning because you don't need a man, and you can just you dashing him, but you find you just wasting away. Days become weeks, weeks become months, months become years, years become decades, and then you turn around and you old. And when ladies, when you start hitting 35, no matter how good you look, but you old in terms of society, you old, yeah, men is gonna definitely still look at you and still, holler at you. They'll holler at you if you're taking care of yourself all the way in your 50s. But that don't mean they will actually mess with you. Now, you got different types of men. You got the male lions, and then you got the hyenas, males. They scavengers. They're gonna deal with whatever. But that don't mean they are the real men for you. Real men have options. As you get older, and they might want to have children. You're not it. They're gonna always look for younger women. I know Kevin Samuels. That comes to my mind. Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. Mentioned that. I think it said fit, friendly. Use a couple another word, but men always, is a plethora of women out here, more women than men. And I just was touching base with it earlier. So men are always going to be in the prize because you have abundance of women. This is a numbers game. You might not agree with this, but here's the reality. If you have something of an abundance in life, if you have abundance of, let's say, pens, writing pens of this world, plain pens. Let's use a pen analogy. If you got a million plain pens in the market circulating, but you have maybe 10 gold pens in circulation, which has more value? The average writing pens, a million writing pens, or the gold pens, the pure gold pens? They could write, but they ain't gold. And there's only 10 in circulation. Which pens will have more value? Obviously, the gold pens. Why is that? Because they are the least amount and they have value because they gold. And in the society, that's the value. That's the standard. So in terms of men, there's more women on this planet than men. So which will be in demand is the men, because it's few, it's less men than women. And then what makes it even more in demand, finding, let's say, is a million, let's just use this example, is 6 billion people on the planet Earth. And let's say, for example, 5 billion is women and 1 million is men. I mean, yeah, I just use that 5 billion, and let's say 5 billion women and 1 billion men. Which ones will still be in demand? So 1/6, 1/5 ratio, or 1/6 ratio. I'm just freestyling here, but the men will be in demand. But I'm just using that. That might be a bad example, but here is fact: is more women than men. And then it lessens because you're trying to find that six-figure, six-pack, that 666 of a man. That's even less of us men out there. And then you want to find a complete man, or a Renaissance man, a scholarly man, a scholarly type of a man. The percentage is even less. So that guy is going to be in demand. So you as a woman want to put yourself in a position, not necessarily just for a man, but for yourself. Because if you is a complete woman, you're going to find that man. The man is going to gravitate towards you on the spiritual level. You know the saying, I don't know if you understand that, but if you're a positive individual, you're going to meet positive people, is going to be attracted to you. And a lot of people don't, men and women don't really believe in magnetism and energy. But energy and energy exists. You have potential energy and kinetic energy. This is part of science. Science just don't apply to animals and rocks. It also applies to people. We have energy. Energy, you can't see it, but it's part of us. We are energy. There's potential energy. Energy that is stagnant. It doesn't move from the naked eye, but it's still vibrating. It's potential energy. Kinetic energy is energy in motion, like a moving car. That's kinetic energy. But everything vibrates whether it's a fast vibration or slow vibration. Things are still moving in a kinetic energy format. But again, I don't want to get too heavy, because just because you don't see something move, that don't mean it's not moving. It's just vibrating on a low frequency that you can't see, such as a rock. But because the atoms inside the molecules, the atoms inside a rock is still vibrating. You just don't see it. You only look at your physical eye, not the spiritual eye. But again, let's not get too heavy. Let's talk about human beings. We vibrate. So whatever you take in mentally, positive or negative, you still vibrate. So if you are a negative person, negative things is going to be gravitating towards you, which means negative things possibly is going to be happening to you. So if you start changing your mindset to a positive frequency, you're going to start attracting positive things around you. And that goes for relationships. If you elevate your mind, ladies, and make you one of the elite few of ladies, more high in demand ladies, on the spiritual side, you're going to attract the men that you're looking for, the men that you need versus that you want. You want to attract the men that you need in your life. versus what you want. That will be better for you genetically. This is part of the blueprint of life. You have to really look at genetics instead of just physical. Genetics is a big, big part of our lives. We overlook genetics big time. And ladies, this is why when you end up meeting the wrong guy and procreating with the wrong guy, especially if the wrong guy is stupid or mentally slow, the possibility of you having mentally slow kids is a strong possibility. Now you're producing a next generation of mentally slow children, making bad decisions genetically. And it all starts with your mental being spiritually fit. I've been talking about this segment about spirituality for a while because I wanted to sink in your heads about being mentally and spiritually strong and reading books to elevate your mental, and also stop watching a lot of junk on TV. It's nothing wrong with, we entertaining ourselves, but don't make that the focal point. Housewives of Atlanta, Housewives of New York, Housewives of International, Planet Earth, whatever. That's not going to help you on your journey to the blueprint of life. That's going to hinder you. And that's why because you're taking on that low vibration. And that's all you know. This is why y'all ladies, a lot of y'all young ladies especially, cannot name 3 or 4 countries. I talked about in the last show and other shows. That's a serious thing. That shows you how low level these females are. They don't know. They can't even name 3 countries. They don't know. Forget they knowing science and math. They just don't know themselves. They don't know the meaning of being a woman. Don't you know part of the blueprint of life of being a woman is being clean, of taking care of your hygiene? That seems like, I never thought in my wildest days of life. I thought, if anything, if you say boys, men, dirty, and I still don't sanction that neither. Out of the 2 genders, and you say guys, and I would just say, okay, fine, I can agree with you. There's a lot of guys out here, and I wasn't going to say guys, really. It wasn't coming out like that, but not in my head. But let's just keep it clean, PG friendly. A lot of guys out here is nasty. Hygienes. And you ladies know, and y'all put up with it. You shouldn't put up with that. That's lack of discipline. No matter how good he looks, that shouldn't be acceptable. If that guy's hygiene is not up to par, you shouldn't even deal with it. Real talk. But not in my wildest dreams. That's not necessarily true that the guys are the most unclean. You got a lot of nasty, filthy women out here. And more women are really dirty. They don't take baths. They don't soak themselves. They smell horrible. The house is unkept. I never thought in my wildest dreams it would be the ladies. that is part of the major issues of life. Really, I bump into a lot more ladies. We're not talking about on just a sexual point of view. We just talking about on the life, just meeting up and meeting them in the streets. Not even kicking it, just seeing them, just their movements. Sneakers dirty. We talking grown women here. They looking dusty. Pants is unkept. You see women wearing the same outfit. Women running around here with just no underwear. Women leak, excrete liquids. You should wear underwears, pads, but they don't. Summertime, they in tights, glued to their skin, and it's hot, and they just sweaty. And then they go home, sit on the bed that they was sitting on the buses or trains in their clothes. Easy bed bug infestation. I see women picking in their nose. Dirty broads. Just plain sight. Extensions and weaves. Months at a time. Dandruff in their hair. One of my pet peeves to see a woman with dandruff in their hair. Easy exit. Easy exit. I won't even rock with you. One of my pet peeves. Nails dirty. Thinking they was working in the factory, working in mechanics. Nails dirty. Feet ashy. These is not good signs. These is not good signs. We gotta take care of ourselves. That's one of the things of life, the sciences of life. Upkeeping yourself. This is part of the blueprint of life. As I'm talking to you, I got flashbacks. So sorry that I paused. I had flashbacks. Even experiences that I've been through that was triggering. It triggered me like, why? why I even rock with these women. Whew. Mr. Greatness been through a lot. Lucky I'm still alive. But ladies, this is why you're not chosen. This is why you're not chosen. Because these are the basic things, the blueprint of life. And this is really hurting your credit score, the credit score of life. This is why your value as a woman is really low. This is why you're not really rated high. You run around and you just throw on a wig or cakes of makeup or all the physical aesthetics to make yourself look like a 9 or 8. But when you unpeel the makeup and the take off the weave and the fake nails and the contacts and the tight clothes and the girdle that you're wearing underneath your clothing, you see from a 9, you see yourself a out of shape 0. And I could break that down for you. You throw on makeup, you want to look good. That's just physical. The makeup and all the other aesthetics make you look like a 9. You look flawless, and you put yourself on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. You look great with all the aesthetics. You take off the wig and the makeup and the nails and all the fake stuff. You drop from a 9 to your real self, a 5, just average. But then it gets worse. Can't cook, now you're 4. You can't clean, now you're 3. Your hygiene poor, I have to strike 2 points off. Now you're 1. Got a bad attitude, now you're 0. A big fat 0. And not including if you're fat, now you're -1. You worse than an amoeba. You worse than a rat. A female rat is better than you. Now, obviously not procreating, men are not procreating with a rat. But the value of you just as bad as a rat. A swamp rat in the swamps of Louisiana. I'm just throwing a state there. You're a swamp rat. You just a gutter rat. You have no value when you are -1. And a lot of you ladies, you think see, this is one of the problems. You have no value. None. Spiritually, you are 0, and I just broke it down in terms of that. It gets worse. Spirituality, a -2. You off the grid. You have no intelligence. You could be a -3. It just gets worse. Your value. This is why a lot of you women don't have value. You're not valuable in no stretch of imagination. This is why guys just will see you, and if they see, your makeup and you're looking like a 9, they'll rock with you, because guys rock with anything. Degenerate people, imperfect, perfect beings. Yeah, that's why we call dogs. We hit up anything. Oh God. Yeah, I reflect on myself. Yeah, I'm having a moment. Therapy for me too. Mr. Greatness, that's the savagery that I have done. It's like, Jesus Christ. 0s, -1s, 1s, 2s. Yeah, you had a couple of 7s, 8s in my career, 9s. But I've been out here in the streets, and being a hunter, You go, you know, some things you just. I'm gonna use with Cameron. I'm paraphrasing, but check out the Cameron and May show. It's very informative about life, and I have even a deeper respect for Cameron and May's, you know, things that they say because I could relate to a lot of it. I'm not even gonna front on that. But yeah, men is like you know, sometimes we just want to sport hunt. I'm just using my own wording. He have his own wording with that. But sometimes men, we just like to sport hunt. Again, that's like sports sex. We just do it just because. This is why strip clubs are still open. I'm just using this as an example. It don't mean nothing. And this is where ladies get tripped up. Like why men don't think like women. So because we can't. This is not in our genetic makeup. You have to face that reality. That's another reality. Sometimes we can just go to a strip club, see just an illusion. When you see a stripper, illusion, because that's what she is, an illusion. Because she got the hair going, and she's supposed to be illusion for you because she's supposed to be that fantasy, so you can spend money on her. You could go to strip club. Hundreds and thousands of men all over this planet Earth go to strip club, see a woman, pay for the woman, have intercourse with a woman, and then go back home to their husbands. I mean, excuse me, pause. Go back home to their wives. That's what I meant to say. Ooh, super pause. I didn't mean that. But, well, unfortunately, some men do go to their husbands, which is crazy. But, I mean, that's wild. But that's a reality of a different show. We won't talk about that. But they go to their wives and nothing happened. They just continue with their normal normal day, normal routine. Where women do that, it's more of an emotional emotional part that they cannot decipher. You got some gutter women that can have sex with a man and go back to their husband and have sex with their husband the same night or the next day or whatever. You know, you got some gutter minded women out here, but that's not the norm. Okay, that's not the norm. You know that, ladies, as well. You know, but let's just give you an example. I know I was talking about the strip club, but I have even a more of a better example for you. A lot of ladies, you know, you all think you tens, and let's just say you. I'm gonna give you the number, like you a 10. Let's just give yourself a 10, even though you know clearly not all of you ladies is tens. Let's just say because you're always going to be, oh, I'm this and that, and I'm that woman, and blah blah blah. But let's just throw this. Let's make this interesting. Let's say you a 10 without makeup. You flawless, which is delusional in itself. Just like not all men are nines and tens. Most people is average looking in the society. But let's just give you the benefit of the doubt. You say you're a 10. Everyone has flaws. So we'll start you off with a 10. And I'm just giving you this example. This is part of the blueprint of life, but this is something for you to think. Poor hygiene. Now you are now you're a 9. Having a dirty home. Now you could be an 8. Poor attitude. Now you're a 7. You might be broke financially. Now you're a 6. Now you're starting to hit the average level, and you rated yourself as a 10. Now you're a 6 now, and it's dropping. You got child 1. You could be a 5. You have child 2. Now you could be a 4. Some of you got child 3 and 4. Now you're a 3 or 2. And I just started you at the 10 because I'm just being generous. Because every female thinking they are 10, delusional. But I just ran off those very quickly, and now you are 2 on the strength of those situations about you. So you was once a 10 in your mind. Now I gave you through those examples, you are 2. And there's other things. Let's say you had a lot of sexual partners. Now you're 1. Because let's say you was a neighborhood slut, or regional slut, or international slut. We could break those things down with the how many partners you had. Now you're 1. You was now a 10, and we took away that 0. Now you're 1. And this is your average women out here today, the blueprint of life. And I started you off because I was generous, saying you a 10. I let you rate yourself because y'all ladies automatically think all y'all is a 10. And I just ran off some stats that could lower your rating. Now you're 1.
And there's other little stats that I could throw out there that could make you a -1. You no longer 0, it drop you to -1, and I started you at a 10 because I was generous. Now imagine you with the makeup you're a 9, but without the makeup you're a 6. And I ran off all of those stats, and you fit, and it was like 5 strikes within those stats, from a 6 now to a -1. And a lot of you females is not you average looking, but your ways about you, poor hygiene, unkept house, and don't know how to cook. That's another one. You're a 0. I didn't even throw that in. You're not worldly. You're not spiritual. Oh, now we going -2s and 3s. This is the blueprint of life. So, ladies, look at yourself. Without the makeup, who you are. Be honest with yourself. You don't have to even be honest with Mr. Greatness or any other man. Just look in the mirror. And that's a cold reality. You look in the mirror and you see exactly who you are. Now you need work. This is why you're not valued. This is why nobody, you can't find a man, and you wonder why you can't find a man, because you are a -1. You are 0. You are 1 at best. You're not even average no more. You below. You subhuman. And a lot of you ladies are, and this is, I know this hurts, and I know it seems like I'm picking on y'all. No, I'm actually, you are reflecting towards you. You subhuman now. You're on the subhuman level. So this is why you're not valued like anything. You just have no value. And you give this fake persona like you are the ish, but you have no value. Now I know your feelings is hurt. Well, how can you elevate? Some things you can't change time, because you already in the situation. Like if you have children, you can't change that because it's what it is. They in present time. So you have to build around that. And how you build around that is your spirituality. You have to become more worldly. You're more smarter, more wiser. That will boost your rating, your female score facts. That means you have to read more so you can entertain people with your intelligence. Keep a cleaner house. That will boost your score, your woman's score facts. Upkeep your hygiene. That will also build your woman's score facts. Stay physically fit. That will also build your score facts. Become more spiritual. That will also build your score facts. These things will help. It's not over for you. You have to build yourself up. Take care of yourself. One of the greatest things a female can do is take care of her hygiene, take care of her house, and be more worldly. That's one of your greatest assets, because you could be butt ugly. But if you do those things and take care of your body, and your body looks good, that's chumps. Because you could deal with both female. A guy say, okay, she got an ugly face, but man, that body is flawless. And man, her mind, She's on point with life. Man, she keeps herself smelling good and looking good. That builds your woman facts. Build your woman credit facts. Oh, she can cook a meal. Ugly though in the face, but man, she great body, she great mind, and she can cook and she's clean. Yo, man, she's a solid woman. You're like, okay, that jumps. Your credit rating as a female jumps. You could be an average looking 5, but those things could build you up to 8 easily. Easily. I know I will rock with a female like that. You know, if it's like that, why not? Great personality, solid, stand by her man. You know, she's trustworthy. I mean, why not? You see, this is part of the blueprint of life. You know, this is ladies, this is how you could be fixed as a female. But most females don't want to stand on that. They want to, do whatever. And then also build yourself up. If you're not a wild female, that's another thing. If you're not a wild female, then that guy could be also that could boost you up more. So let's say, for example, you're not so good looking in the face. Cool. Not everybody can have a flawless face, but let me tell you something. Let's say the face is like a 5. Oh no. Let's even face is like a 4. She's not pretty, she's below average. I'm gonna give you an example of the mindset of a man. But if she works out, of any age, and she's like physically fit, body is banging, right? Because she works hard at it. That 4 becomes a 5 in the eyes of a man. Ladies, pay attention to this, because this could be you. And you become spiritually fit. You able to, it's comfortable having a conversation with you. You very worldly. Now you're a 6. Your hygiene is up to par, immaculate. Now you're a 7. Your house is clean. Now you're an 8. You know how to cook well, not from scratch. You're a superwoman with the food. Now you're a 9. And then you could throw in other intangibles. In the eyes of that particular man or many men, you could very well be a 10. On the strength of that. That's what I mean by building yourself up, ladies. But if you fat and dumpy looking and nasty looking, dusty looking, and now you the reversal. But it seemed like dusty is in, being fat is great. Look, not everybody, being fat, let me tell you something. Now I know this is going to be controversial, fat shaming and stuff, because some guys, you like fat women. I mean, hey, it's all right. But look, let me help out my big ladies here. You might have a weight problem, hard to keep up your weight. Okay, I'm going to help you with this. This is part of the blueprint of life. Not everybody could be thin. All right, I have my phobias, but that's Mr. Greatness. But I'm gonna take that out the picture. We're gonna talk about you. Say you fat, and that can knock you a couple of numbers down, and the face is not great looking. So that means you average. Let me help you. You can boost your woman credit score. Take Mr. Greatness thinking out of this. We talk about you big woman. Yeah, yeah, no big lady. So let's just take Mr. Greatness out of this. I'm gonna help boost your credits, your woman facts. For my big woman, yeah. Whoa. I know you like, come on, Mr. Greatness. Say what you gotta say. You fat shaming bastard. No. I'm gonna help you with this on the strength. Let's say you are, you know, big and that chop you down. Let's say you average looking. Very important that you real clean, immaculate clean, because you're a bigger woman. There's a lot of body that you have to cover. So you have to smell good at all times. And you can do that. I've seen some big women that's immaculate personally. And I have to give credit when credit is due. They keep their clothing game is flawless. They know how to dress well. Big women know how to dress. They know how to dress well. I'm saying if you know how to dress well, that could boost your female credit score. Now, in the eyes of some men, they like big women, but so that there's a market for you. Okay. So now you from a 5 to 6 because you are clean. You smelling great. You smelling like a peach cobbler. Praise Lord. So that boosts you up. Your house is clean. Clean. You are 6 in the eyes of certain men. And that's fine because there's a market for you. You know how to carry yourself as a lady. You know how to talk to a man. You know how to talk to people. You well versed in knowledge. In that marketplace, you already a 7. You know how to be submissive to your man. That's an 8 in that marketplace. And I could keep going on. And I'm just saying, in the marketplace where there's a market of men that like big women, I'm helping you with this. This is part of the blueprint of life. So you might have that flaw where majority of men don't like big women, but guess what? There's that market. Yeah, it's a reality that there's certain men that like big women, but you have to make sure you on point to make yourself valuable. To be the best version you can put you in a market where you could find certain men and men, quality men on top of that. And that's what you're looking for, to be a better you. This market, not everybody can fit to be a model woman or what they perceive as a model. And that's okay. But then you have to know how to be a better you. That could be a reversal for guys. You know, guys that are not 6 foot, if they're shorter, then there's other attributes that make them more appealing. You look at the entertainers like Prince and stuff, you know, he had a lot of women. I mean, he had a lot of women that wanted him. And he was only 5'2" with his heels at best. Maybe the heels gave him an extra 3. But he could, his attribute, his strong point was great singer. And there's other attributes. Again, there's attributes that make you valuable in the marketplace. You have to be able to hone in on things that you can control. Long story short, this is part of the blueprint of life, ladies. So I hope you're not taking this as a bashing moment. I'm not here to bash you. This is just something to show you so you could be a better you. That's the moral of the story. So, in conclusion, I gave you the part one of the men's version and the part two today. So, like, subscribe, and share to the Oracle 19 podcast, which is every Monday and Thursdays pre-recorded, as well as Sundays programs, which is pre-recorded. And in the description box of the Oracle 19 podcast, I'm always talking about, health and wellness. And click on the link of the description box of the Oracle 19 podcast, the Greatness 19 channel, if you on there, Mr. Evolution of London, if you on there, and look for in the description box, click on Moringa pills. That is something that will help you with your health and wellness. I always try to leave something that could benefit y'all guys, and whether it's the information talking about on different podcasts, as well as different links in the description box. I'm going to be really focusing on that nowadays. Just giving you some type of value that can help you. I mean, which is up to you, whether it's listening to the show or clicking on the links or both. So that's something I wanted to share with you. Hopefully, this was a show of enlightenment. You got men and women. This two-part series. So until the next time, I shall speak again. The Oracle 19 podcast, Mr. Greatness. Take care.